Alrighty guys, one choke to rule them all. What will it be? The load we're going to be shooting today is the Winchester Super Target 7.5s, and we're going to be comparing them against these 3 chokes in 835. The first one we're going to be running is the Kicks High Flyer modified choke. And that's modified 10 gauge instead of 12 gauge. The 835s are overboard. Next will be the Kicks Goblin Thunder in 680 constriction. And finally is one I just got in the mail today. And that is a True Glow, I believe it's the SSX, I think.
TG151X is what it says.
But it's interesting to look at down through it. I don't know if I can get it on camera or not, but there, well, you can sort of see it there. It's kind of like the Indian Creeks in a way, as it's got a pattern on the inside. It's not a rifled choke. I don't know, it's not a bad looking choke. It's a little shorter than the Kicks. It is the True Glow SSX Strut Stopper Extreme Choke Tube. The TG151X is 670 constriction for the 3.5 inch Hacky choke, 835 Ultra Mag and a 935 Magnum. Some of the things about it, you ain't supposed to shoot steel shot through it. I don't know. Apparently it is rated for heavy shot though. We'll see. The viewer sent us this, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Thank you, I really appreciate it, man. Anything and everything helps. So we're going to start out with Kicks High Flyer modified choke out of the 835 with just a Winchester target load anyway, 7.5. Roughly 25, 30 yards. Let's see how it patterns. I'm going to hold dead center. Obviously, it's a factory load. Haul looks fine. Look how close them sights are. I literally just stuck them on there.
Yeah, oh yeah, those sights aren't even adjusted for windage at all.
No.
Pretty good pattern.
Yeah, that's 7.5. Shine up top of the board real quick. I had an idea. Oh, I ain't worried about that. But the wrapping paper. For the next pattern, we'll just take and pull the pins.
Roll it down a little bit. Seems pretty smart to me, even though we're gonna have a few pellet holes.
Oh yeah,
in there.
The ones that are straight in a line and correspond with each other, you can kind of tell.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. So we got the choke changed out from the Kicks High Flyer modified to the Kicks GT, which I believe is Goblin Thunder in 680 constriction. Same load, just a factory 7.5 Winchester. I'm gonna hold the same spot and see what happens. Obviously a Hall Spine factory load.
I tell you what, out of that gun right there, these sound anemic. That's a lot better.
Oh man, I patterned our board.
That's fine.
Dag on it. That's a bad idea, guys. That's all right though.
It's good on paper.
Look, it's got enough gap we can compare them. You see the difference here?
Yep, there's the modified.
Yep.
And there's the 680, which is super extra full.
I guess.
That's a lot better.
Yeah, there you go. Now you can pan down and show the bottom one.
Yep. The density is way better with the 680.
We're getting ready to try 670 though. I think we got enough paper to do this one more time. This one here is the True Glow SSX Strut Stopper Extreme or something like that. It's the tightest choke we have for the 835 right now, with it being 670 constriction. Once again, we're going to shoot another one of these Super Target 7.5. And see what it does. There's a pattern on this side and a pattern on that side. So dead center, where that little hole is right there, is where I'm going to hold. It's the cleanest spot. And if this does like I think it does, it shouldn't matter. We should be able to tell anyways. But, take my time. Obviously, factory haul, looks great. Chamber's clear. I shot a little high, but that's okay because it kept it out of the rest of them.
I believe it did better than the 680.
It's majority of it right there anyways.
Wadded them in there really well. More in the wood up here. You guys can see that that just has amazing pattern density. Here was the 680.
Yep.
Looks to be a wider spread too.
And this was the mod.
Yep, the mod. That's not a bad pattern either. That's actually really good for that huge open choke like that.
I'll tell you what, real quick, like, I'm just gonna throw it in here. I've got a factory number 4 shot. I should be able to tell the difference between these patterns. I want to run one more through that True Glow at it.
Put the sight bead right at this hole right here.
Yep. I'm gonna run a number 4s through that 670 choke. You know, just to see. You should be able to tell the difference. We kind of forgot to bring another roll of paper. Seems to be a reoccurring problem. But anyways, it's just a factory Federal number 4 shot. Should be, I think, like 1.25 ounces maybe.
1.25 ounces at 1440.
Yep. Ah, well. Let's see my mark.
That had a fireball.
Yeah, obviously. Factory load. Well, that 25 yards or so, I mean, you see the number 4s there.
Yeah, they're a lot bigger.
Yeah. I don't know, that might be too tight.
Nah. With number 4 shot or bigger, you kind of want tighter chokes.
Yeah. I understand that, but that is a ridiculously tight choke.
Yeah, 670 for basically a 10 gauge shotgun. It's a 12 gauge, of course, but it has the 10 gauge bore. That's a really tight choke.
That's like 16 gauge range.
Yep, it's almost 16 gauge cylinder bore.
Yeah.
On a shotgun with a 10 gauge bore.
Squeezing it hard.
It didn't seem to hurt it at all, though. I don't see any number 4s passed right here. Or right there.
I was going to say they're all right there. Well, roughly right.
The whole point of this video was just to see if we could choke the shot down too much.
I've got some number 4 buck. Dope, 1.8 ounces of number 4 buck up there.
I have 2.5 ounces of number 4 buck.
Shall we?
Yes, we shall. So here's that 2.5 ounce number 4 buckle that I was talking about. As you guys can see, the pellets start here and the end at the top of the shell. That is 54 pellets. He has some 1.25 ounce number 4 buck, 1330 FPS in Winchester HS holes. Let's see what these do. We're going to start with the True Glow because that's what's in it, and then see what the mod does. All right, so what I have here is a brand new 3.5 inch Shadot hull, a Flex Seal wad, 12 gauge, and 54 pellets of number 4 buck, and BPI original buffer.
670 constriction,
yep.
True Glow, turkey choke.
Let's see what it does. My guess is it's gonna open up a little bit because this might be too tight for buckshot.
I don't know, we've shot a lot through 670 or 680.
That patterned really well.
That was 54 pellet.
Yeah.
Number 4 buck.
It
almost looks like a Birdshot load.
Too.
Huh?
So I guarantee you we have just about every one of them right there too.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all could tell. Let's get my finger out of the way here. Like right.
Pattern starts here, ends down here.
But I mean, that's 54 pellet of number 4 buck at roughly 30 yards, 25, 30.
If you want to exterminate an entire herd of coyotes genetic pool, that's the load for it.
Yeah. I'm going to run the same load over here through a modified choke.
I can tape it up.
Alrighty. Alrighty guys, the only difference other than the one he just shot is we switched chokes to a Kicks HF modified choke. Which is the High Flyer series. It should be like a 750, 755.
Somewhere in there.
Roughly. I ain't 100% sure.
Yeah, we couldn't find anywhere that listed what it is.
But anyways, the load is, once again, 42 grains of little gun. What does that say there?
X12X gas seal.
Yep, 54 pellet number 4 buck, mixed number 47 buffer.
With a 1/2 inch fiber cushion wad.
Yep. I'm going to hold to the left-hand side.
Yep, lean into it.
Lean into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty spicy.
Hull looks fine.
Yeah, it looks fun.
That wasn't bad.
We fired a bunch of 2.5 and even 2 3/4 ounce loads.
Yeah.
They're fun, but they're definitely not for the recoil sensitive.
No, that's not something, well, I can't say this, but for most people, it's not something you want to shoot, you know, 25, 30 of in a row.
Right. I couldn't shoot those all day if I wanted to. Now, out of the 10 gauge, absolutely.
The pattern's worse.
Yep. It looks like, you know, it opened up a little bit, but that's due to the much less restricted choke.
My money's on the 670.
Yeah, 670 all day.
It's hard to tell a difference in these, though. I need to...
That modified choke is perfect for waterfowl. Steel shot,
Yeah.
big pellets of steel. That's still not a bad pattern at all.
Does that kind of help deviate the difference?
Yeah,
Like from here to here?
you can see a clear difference.